Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel and Soul Source. Today I'd like to talk to you about the full moon in Aquarius on August 3rd at 8:59 a.m. Pacific time at 11:46 Aquarius. Now here we're dealing with the heart and the mind. Leo is the creative energy of giving love as a creative process. And Aquarius has to do with the high mind, its self esteem and recognition of the cosmic forces. And this is an especially auspicious full moon because it is being squared, forming a T square with Uranus. And Uranus is the revolutionary, it's shocking and changeable, and this is the fool energy. So I thought the visuals might help in a way. The fool is ready to embark on a whole new path. So we're having this intense energy of transformation, but it's very inward because we still have Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, all retrograde. And this is a time during this reboot that we have been dealing with introspection, cleaning house inside, because the outer world is a reflection of the inner side. And this is an intense time because we have Saturn, which is the binding, restricting, limiting, and it's opposing Mercury, which is the mind. So we have this con- uh, dealing with contracting thoughts, and we really have to watch our thought forms because this is the most important thing. We cannot believe what we're thinking. They're conditional patterns. There's old ruts and waves that we go into constantly, and we need to become vigilant to what we're thinking and how we're thinking and what we're saying. It's especially true. We have Mars in Aries. Mars is the warrior god, and he's in its own sign, which is the sign of the individual self-expression, and it's it's conjuncting Eris. Eris is the goddess of, I'd say, feminine awakener, and she's a symbol of speaking up what you feel disconcerted about. It's the goddess of discord with a purpose. And so she's telling us to she's being activated and telling us to stand up, show up, and be expressive of what we feel, because there's a lot of nebulous energy right now, and we're having a sense of being in the birth canal, or we're remodeling. And often when we remodel, we have to break down the old structures, and it seems like it's becomes very chaotic, and that's where we are right now. And there's these retrograde planets are pulling us in, and this pulling us in is sort of depressing us in a way, with the Saturn opposed Mercury. So we feel a little bit down in a way. It's as though um, we're feeling, disconcerted. But there's a lot that's happening underneath. We have this, war with truth. We don't know what's real and what's not. And then that is the Neptune is opposing the nodes, which are in Gemini and Sagittarius. And this is the path of wisdom and disseminating information. And when Neptune is illusions and delusions, it's confusing what is real and what is not. So this is really, really important. And this is also bringing up corruption, and secrets are coming up, and what's happening right now. So there's a lot of hope because we have Jupiter is sextile Neptune, and this is This is expansive philosophical wisdom and spirituality. So it's really, really important that we do our inner work. And what that means is, what does that mean to you? Journaling, where you just write your thoughts and express, or breath work, yoga, meditation, that relieves the anxiety of the depressive thoughts, and inner the inner work of really spirituality. 101 is stop projecting, stop blaming, because what someone's doing out there is a reflection of what's going on inside. I just had an experience where someone just, I had a trade, and someone, she just blew me off. Like, I had no idea what I did, but what I got from that gift is that I am a perfectionist and I judge myself. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it fast enough. And being judged for something I didn't even know what I did was telling me that you're coming out and you judge yourself, and this, you have to clean up that ego is never, the ego, things are never right. There's always something missing. And to just be your divine self and remember that divine self, and that do what you can do. So this is everything in the outer world is a reflection of the inner world. And it's so important that we give up blame and look at what they are doing to you, you are doing to yourself. So this is really, really important. And so we have this comment, right? New wise, right? So this is the tradition. They traditionally help us in some way bring this transition in, and there's this tremendous energies of these new dwarf planets, which Eris is one. But the last time this comet came was 474 BC, and that was the collapse of the goddess culture and the rise of the patriarch. And I'm hoping that it now is the collapse of the patriarchal and the revising of the divine feminine, and the equality of this new age of, is the awakening of the feminine and the balancing of the male and female. So I have some dates for you. August 15th is when Uranus will go retrograde. So that's, these, all the major transpersonal planets. And on August 13th, we have Mars square Pluto. So Mars is hitting the stellium in Capricorn. So we have Mars in Eros, which is the god of war and the goddess of discord with a purpose. The feminine awakener, they're in the sign of the individual, and they're being activated and squaring, which is an element of conflict, these patriarchal planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, in the sign of tradition and structures and government. So the individual is fighting the government, and this Mars is in Aries for 6 months, and usually it's only 6 weeks, and it goes up and back and hits this stellium. So people are angry, and this is like a sign of some kind of civil war that's going on, and we need to keep our vibration high, not get caught up in the politics. It is such a drama, and the astrological dance, and that I'm compelled to follow this and to watch this drama every day. And I just have to know that there's a greater purpose, there's a greater reason that this is happening right now. uh, Joni Patrice says, she's a Vedic astrology, she says that this is huge hurricane time, that there's enormous storms that are happening on August 14th to August 16th, and that we have, she said, the last part of 2020 is even more intense than the beginning of 2020, if you can believe that. So August is like a dense fog, a little repressive, um, activating. There's anger, there's assertion, there's, you know, there's there's secrets coming up, t- trafficking young women, girls. There's corruption being shown. The government is wishy-washy right now, but we do have hope. We have spirituality, and the key is do your inner work. um, so it's a combination of heart and mind. This is what consciousness is. So stay in your heart and try to not take your mind so seriously, and look at those patterns, and look at your relationships and their conflicts within them as a reflection of what's going on inside. I mean, even things breaking down in your house. You know, the hero's journey says life is transcended. What is happening out there is a reflection of inside. So answer this call to adventure. Find this meaning in the mundane things, and know that we have an influence. That as we clean our own inner nature, that we can affect the world, and there's a greater purpose. Remember, Einstein said the question to ask is, do you believe this is a friendly universe? If you believe that this is a friendly universe, then this has a higher purpose. Thank you for listening to me. Many blessings and happy full moon. Open your heart. Many blessings.